Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Saturday. It is March 8th, and we're covering the races from Santa Anita, the latter half of the card. So they have approximate post. The latter half, the late pick 5 starts in the 7th race there today at Santa Anita. Approximate post time about 3:08 Pacific, so that's 5:08 here Central Time. And remember, tonight, before you go to bed, you set the clocks forward, so we'll be ready to go tomorrow. So let's get started over at Santa Anita today. In today's 7th race, it is a bottom level claimer. These are 32,000 maidens, 3-year-olds, 5.5 on the dirt. And, these are your bottom rung there for 3-year-olds. They're basically, giving these horses away there for 32,000. And if it doesn't work there, then, I'm not too sure what happens. They'll have to wait around and get in for 20 when they start running 3 years old and up, later this year. But anyway, we'll get started here. 7th race. I've got 4 horses I'm going to put in. I don't know that it's as simple as putting in singling the favorite. The favorite being the 4-horse Lead Pipe Joe for Louis Mendez and Edwin Maldonado. This horse has come out of 2 maiden special weights where he has shown speed both times, but really given it up pretty badly. So you got to wonder, what's the story there with this horse? And this to me does look like, I guess a panic drop, but these horses are very slow, so certainly he can get it done, but I just wouldn't stick myself here with one horse being the favorite, and maybe he doesn't get it done here. But we'll put in the 4, Lead Pipe Joe. I'm going to put the first starter, the 8-horse Breaking Desire for George Parabon, Billy Anton Georgi. Now, this horse been working out okay, and Parabon, his barn does pretty well with situations like this, with first starters and maiden claimers and this level. So this horse could be dangerous here. We'll see. He's 15-1. We'll also put the 9-horse was Code Breaker, Dean Pedersen, and Aguilar takes the call. Now Pedersen really started out the meet very hot, and this horse ran in this level last time at 32, ended up running 3rd, and certainly is worth a shot here in the second time start of his career. That's 2-1 on that horse. And then finally we're going to put the 10, who is General Jackson for Doug O'Neill, and Antonio Frace, who takes the call. Now this horse had started out his career in the special weights, wasn't good enough. They dropped this horse into the 32 last time, going a mile. Horse showed a little forward run there, and then just backed off. So, maybe the shortening up in distance could do this horse well. 5-1, we'll put this horse in there. So we've got the 4, 8, 9, and 10 to get this pick 5 started. Let's move over to the 8th race. 8th race is the Grade 1 the Wayne Hughes Beholder Mile. And this is a mile on the dirt, and these are 4-year-old fillies, 4-year-olds and up. So this, they put together a nice field of horses, couple ship-ins here. I'm going to put 3 horses in. I know there's 6 horses running. I couldn't narrow this down. I'm going to put the 2 Baffords, the first being the 1 Ricci. This horse had sprinted in her starts here in the States after Baffert brought this horse over from South America, from Chile. She had run some nice races sprinting. And, when we've talked about this before. I remember Charlie Whittingham said this a long time ago. If you're curious about your horse going a distance, you try the horse at a mile at Santa Anita, and if they can't do that, then they aren't a distance horse. So, Ricci's going to be trying the 2 turns. She had run longer in her native Chile and ran fine there, but, Baffert started her out as a sprinter. So we'll see this horse. I think she's got the speed to get the lead from the 1 hole. We'll see how far she goes. We'll put the program favorite Cavalieri. Cavalieri also for the Bob Baffert barn. Cavalieri, she's 3 for 3. She's moved up the ranks, breaking her maiden first time out, getting through the first level allowance, and then running in the Grade 3 La Cañada. Ended up beating Alpha Bella, who's in this race. She's 9-5. Juan Hernandez takes the call again, so she's certainly live here. And then I will put the 5 horses, Tarifa. Tarifa for Brad Cox. Mike Smith takes the call for the Godolphin stables here. Now, Tarifa we saw taking on, the tough 3-year-olds in the division last year, over at the fairgrounds, and then she ended up running in the Kentucky Oaks. This horse has a really nice record, 5 wins, 2 seconds, and a third out of 10 starts. 2 of those losses ended up coming courtesy of Torpedo Anna, which no shame in that. Torpedo Anna certainly was a monster last year, and Tarifa, ended up running some nice races, different tracks. she's coming off a bit of a layoff, but, we'll trust Brad Cox. So we've got the 1, 3, and the 5 here. All right, now let's go to the next race of the day. Next race being the 9th race. Now this is the Grade 3 San Simeon running down the hill here, 6.5 down the hill. Beautiful. See a stakes race there. Another nice field of horses that they put together here. I'm going to put 3 horses in. I've got the 5 horse with St. Anthony for Neil Drysdale. Now this horse, had been running in stakes races out in the East and running at longer distances and doing well. And, Drysdale brought this horse back to Southern California back in the fall, ran in the Grade 2 Seabiscuit over at Del Mar. I thought the horse ran a nice race there. Ended up making a late run there, kind of splitting the field, running an even race. And, the Seabiscuit's always a very nice race there. They really get a good field there for the Seabiscuit for their fall turf festival there at Del Mar. Now, here's a race I question is, St. Anthony ended up running over at Turf Paradise in January. So I don't know if that was just to get a run over a track. Maybe there wasn't races filling at Santa Anita. I'm not sure. But anyway, Drysdale brings this horse back. I'm putting this horse in here because if they cook it up early down the hill, it could lead to, someone coming from behind. And I could see St. Anthony being that horse with Umberto Rispoli. I'm also going to put the 6 horse who is Anarchist for Doug O'Neill. I'm going to put both O'Neills in here. I'm going to put Anarchist. Anarchist, has done most of his work on the dirt sprinting, and he had a nice year back in 2003. Has been lightly raced since then. He has 1 race on the turf, which did come down the hill at Santa Anita. That was back in 23 as well. He ran in the San Simeon, ended up coming second to Motorius. We see Motorius do some really nice things sprinting on the grass. So, looks to me like they're trying to figure out Anarchist here in the year 2025. He had 1 race in the Palos Verdes. I think that was probably just a workout here. So he's 6-1. Ramon Vasquez is in town today to ride this horse. So Anarchist could be tough and could upset. Then we are going to put the favorite. Favorite being Mucho del Oro for Doug O'Neill. Now this is your defending champion. He won the San Simeon last year. And, this horse has a great record down the hill with 5 wins out of 8 starts. So this horse certainly, knows what to do on that hill. He's had, 1 race this year. Doug O'Neill sent the horse over to Gulfstream. I think that was on Pegasus Day. He ran in the Gulfstream Park turf sprint. Now those 5 furlong races, if you don't get out there and get a good start at Gulfstream, that turn comes up and the race is pretty much finished. So this horse didn't get out all that great. Ended up just kind of sitting behind and making 1 run. So it wasn't a bad race. Looks better on film than it does on paper. So he's 9-5. Certainly worthwhile there to be 9-5. So we are going to put the 5, the 6, and the 8. All right, now let's move over to the 10th race of the day. 10th race being a first level allowance race here. It is a mile on the dirt. And, we've got the benefit of seeing a horse that's going to get a lot of attention. That would be Flightline's little brother, the 7 horse who was Eagles Flight for John Sadler, Umberto Rispoli. Now this horse is the 9-5 favorite in this race. Now he's had 2 races. This horse must be fairly brittle because he's 4 years old now and he's had 2 starts. He started out his campaign last spring in late May at Santa Anita. Ended up winning 6 furlongs on the dirt. Flavian Pratt got it done there. And then it was a long time between drinks there. We saw this horse show up back at Santa Anita in early January. Ended up running second to Miramati in a race where he was a pretty solid favorite that day. And Miramati ended up getting the lead and just kind of taking it to the field. Eagles Flight couldn't get to him, ended up coming second. So if I remember correctly, Eagles Flight was scheduled to run a couple weeks back, ended up scratching. So, you just got to wonder, with Eagles Flight, certainly the breedings there being a half to Flightline being out of the mare Feathered by Curlin. So, certainly wonderful breeding there. We'll see how good Eagles Flight is. We'll put him in, as well as I'll put the 8 horse, who is Santa Anita from Mark Glatt, Antonio Fresu. Now, Santa Anita, really just kind of ran through many maiden special weight races. If you look through there and see, this horse just kind of was finishing second, hitting the board. This horse was running up against really nice horses and getting beat, including Eagles Flight. Eagles Flight ended up beating Santa Anita when they matched up back last May. So, Santa Anita had the unfortunate experience of running up against some really nice horses last year, but running nicely. So, he got it done last time in his last race over at Santa Anita. Ran a nice 6.5 furlong race, broke the maiden nicely. And this horse shows me all the signs of that light bulb angle. With it, the horse got it done, could come back and win again. They're changing up the distance here. Mark Glatt, putting this horse 2 turns. We'll see if he's good enough. But I feel like either the 7 or the 8 will get it done here in the 10th race. All right, now let's move over to the next race of the day, which is the last race at Santa Anita today. Has approximate post time about 5:19 Pacific, so 7:19 here in the Central Time Zone. They've got a first level California allowance race, 6 furlongs on the grass, so that's the flat grass. And, big field signed on here. I'm going to put 2 horses in. I am going to put the favorite, who is Lonesome Stew, for Mark Glatt. This horse is 3-2 in the program with Antonio Fresu. Now, this might just be as easy as this horse, but I'm going to put 2 horses in. But Lonesome Stew certainly merits the favoritism. This horse is really sharp, having 3 wins out of his last 4 starts, including a win over the grass at Del Mar. So this horse has tried the grass a couple times, running and at once at Santa Anita a couple years back, and then running at Del Mar back at last fall. So this horse has tried the grass, and I think this horse has the benefit of being really sharp right now, and this race coming up at the right time. He's taken advantage of that California condition where you could run back in the first level allowance if you're switching surfaces. So this horse did win at this level on the dirt last time in a huge race with a big speed figure. So again, it looks like timing's right. This horse certainly could handle the grass. Lonesome Stew is certainly worthwhile as the favorite here. We'll put him in. I'm going to put the 2 horse, who is Chrome Flash. Chrome Flash for Paula Capestro, Jose Valdivia. This horse is 12-1 today, the 2 horse. Now, I bet this horse last time. I made a win bet. I gave this horse out. This horse had a rough trip last time down the hill. Ended up getting kind of pushed wide by a horse in the stretch, and I think that cost the horse the race. Definitely cost him second. So I like Chrome Flash last time. I do like Chrome Flash again. This horse has been really sharp last couple races on the turf. It's been a good price the last, ended up being the favorite last time. They bet this horse down, surprisingly. We'll see if this horse goes off at 12-1, but I'm going to put the 1 and the 2. I think Chrome Flash, can end up maybe picking up the pieces here if they cook it up early, which would include the favorite, because this horse will have to get out from the 1 hole. If they speed up early, you never know here, but I think either the 1 or 2 should get this done and complete this pick 5. All right, now let's cap off the day and recap the ticket. Okay, so for Saturday, March 8th, we have a pick 5 ticket, which starts in the 7th race. And in the 7th race, we're going to start this pick 5 off with the 4, 8, 9, 10. With the 1, 3, 5. With the 5, 6, 8. With the 7, 8. With the 1 and 2 in the last race. Now, today, that pick 5 ticket is a $72 ticket. And, if we can beat a couple favorites, it'll be worth it on a Saturday. Pool should be good. As well as, I'm going to play that late pick 3 as well using the same number. So, as always, if you see fit, you can play the ticket as is. You can add or subtract, play the pick 3s within it, play the pick 4 within it, or that late pick 3, which always, seems to pay nicely. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck today. Let's get some good trips, good luck for us. And let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a great safe day of horse racing today. So as always, I ask you to do me a favor. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And if you have, thank you so much for doing that. It doesn't cost you anything, just puts you on the feed. When new content gets created, it gets served directly to you. You can like, dislike, make any comments. I promise to respond to everything. Let's create a discussion. So again, thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today for Saturday, March 8th. Let's make it a great day at the Great Race Place, Santa Anita. We'll see you back tomorrow for more coverage. Thank you.